Yo, what's up, guys? This is ENTP Nurture, and today we are going to type Eddie Hall. Now, step number one in typing anyone is identifying their demon state, and in this video, he is pretty much in demon state the entire 8 minutes. So, we are going to watch the entire 8 minutes, and let me just define the definition of decider too. A decider is someone who has tough time processing self and tribe, as in they have tough time processing and being able to see all the perspectives like a double decider would. You know what I mean? But let's just see this video. This video is like demon state to the max. So let's see what he talks about in his demon state.
You mentioned your nan. Can you tell me about her and the way she affected your life?
So, I mean, my nan, she looked after me no end when I was young. Obviously, being a very troublesome child, expelled from primary school, always sent home from school at all ages, always in trouble with the police. Mum and dad always picking me up from the police station most weekends. And it was always my nan. She was the only person, and I think perhaps a lot of people could say this, I would talk back to my parents, even a young boy, mum and dad would tell me off, like, fuck off. 5, 6 years old, I was a right horrible little bastard. And the same with the teachers. I just didn't care. I don't know what it was about me. I just had this sort of really bad attitude to sort of learning at school and growing up. I just wanted to be a grown up. I wanted to be a free spirit, But I never.
So notice his childhood has been a tough time processing the relationship between him and his parents. Even in school, it was never the system that was at fault. It was between him and his teachers that was the big problem.
Once rebelled or talked back or disrespected my nan, because I don't know what it is. She just knew how to talk to me and calm me down and talk sense into me. And she's the one who, kept me on that educational path. And she almost educated me herself, kept me straight and narrow. Always gave me advice, and it was always solid advice. So I suppose my nan, in that respect, was more mother to me than my actual mum was. She was I saw her more as a mother than my actual mum, because I suppose that's kind of like the right and wrong thing to say. Treated my nan like my mum,
right?
Like I should have treated my mum. Is right. Probably the right thing to say,
right?
And when she got diagnosed with cancer, that obviously was a very bad point in my life, and that was all during the depression period. And she inspired me a lot. She would always talk to me about my dreams. She was always the one that was never negative. She would never say, you can't do this or you can't do that. She was always my biggest supporter. And sorry, I get it welled up here.
Yeah, it's okay.
And it was it was on my nan's deathbed that when my nan died, I was the only one there in the hospital. Sorry, it's just a tough thing to talk about.
I understand. I appreciate you talking about it.
And as I say, it was she was the only person I could talk to about my dreams, and I would never get anything negative back. She always believed in me. Come on, Dad. And on her deathbed, when she died, I was the only one there. And when they put you in a room with the deceased, and you can have your private time with them. I just remember talking to my nan for hours on end about my life, about these about my dreams, about my aspirations. And strongman came up. It was, a few months after I did the strongman contest and said I was going to win the world's strongest man. And I made the promise to my nan on a deathbed that I would win the world's strongest man one day. Which I think is why I took it so seriously, going forward in life. It was a promise that I couldn't break, because if I had never achieved it, then I'm letting her down.
Right.
I'm letting her down, not just myself. And that's one of the main things that kept me going through all the hard times, all the mental health. Was I knew my nan was always up there watching over me, pushing me forward, watching everything I was doing. All those training sessions, all that sacrifice, all those hundreds of hours of work I put in to pay for the strongman. So.
Was she with you in those training sessions?
Oh, definitely.
Talk to her, you feel her there?
I remember, the day she died, I was there 2 minutes. I arrived. She was alive. I arrived. I was talking to her. Within 2 minutes, her heart stopped beating. So it was almost as if she waited for me to get to the hospital and get by her bedside before she actually went. And then I told her these, my aspirations, my dreams about the world's strongest man. And then my mum came and sort of, I said, right, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave you to have your privacy with your mum, And I went straight to the gym. And that's when the training started, in effect. That's when the world's strongest man was like, it wasn't penciled in my ambitions in life, it was penned in. Right. It had to happen. So that's when my training stepped up. That's when the meals got bigger. That's when the stretching came in. That's when everything got serious from that point, So
because you owed it to her.
Yeah.
And that was you thanking her for being.
Yeah. This is Demon State, and he's just trying to process him and the tribe. This is very decider. But of course, it's just a one instant. Anyone would be sad about their nun, especially when they have a relationship like this, passing away. Now, there's a reason why I showed you this video first, because there's quite a lot of strongman drama that goes on, and this builds up the premise for the strongman drama, which I really got into. There's no tomorrow. I love typing this guy. This coin, the coin of being self over tribe, means he prioritizes himself and doesn't really care about other people, right? So the self comes above tribe. And let me just show you an instance of how this looks like. They don't really care about what you think. They would do anything that they want to do, And here's an instance of him farting.
Yeah. There we go.
Doesn't really care about the self and the tribe. Here we are going to watch another instance of self over tribe, where he prioritizes himself. And who's calling the shots? Eddie Hall is. That's what being self over tribe means. Self call the shots. Self calls the shots. That's what being self over tribe means. Let's see another example of that.
Ton of money. The possible damages, I know you're no fucking stranger to being, in danger because of the shit that 500 kilograms was terrifying enough. Your family, for example, everyone's seeing how close you are with your wife. How is she taking the fact that you're going to go and fight this guy? Is everyone else okay with it?
No, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. But that's life. You know, my wife wants me to stay at home and be safe and look after her and, you know, be the breadwinner. And that's what all wives want. Nobody's wife wants the husband to go out there and risk the life for a bit of cash, you know? And I guess that for me, if that were the case, I would say, yeah, you know what, babe, you're right. I'm not going to do it. This is a big mistake. But this is more than just money. This is personal. This is me settling a score with an old enemy that needs settling. And my family have got to accept that. My mum and dad are getting really upset about it. My wife's getting upset about it. I don't know what the rest of my family and friends think, but no one will change my mind. And they know that. So, and they know, like I did for the World's Strongest Man, I was getting close to death chasing that World's Strongest Man title. I had a few health scares, and I was told by a lot of family members to back off and, you know, live a long life. It's not worth your life. But no one could stop me, Brian. I wanted that title more than anything, and I was willing to risk my life for it. And I feel like the same was this, really, is no one's going to tell me any different. I'm willing to risk my life to prove a point.
Yeah, I respect that.
So this is what being self-over tribe means. The tribe needs to move for me, and I don't really care what other people say. I will do what I please. That is this coin of self-over tribe. Now, when you add these coins, right, when decider plus self. So when you add these coins, decider plus self-over tribe, you get IP. Okay. Now IP problem means. Now IP meaning he's very comfortable with self, but he has tough time dealing with the tribe. Okay. Now the first video that you saw, he had like a tough time processing the relationship between him and his nan. Here are some other videos which shows this coin in much more good way. I found some good clips. You will be pleased. Okay. So let me just give you an up to date on strongman drama. So Eddie Hall won the 500 kilo deadlift, like world record 500 kilo deadlift in 2015, and then he won World Strongest Man in 2017. But there was this guy called Thor who blatantly said, you know what, this doesn't count because all of you guys cheated me. Probably he's also another decider saying that it's your fault, his fault, stuff like that. And what happened to Brian was every interview he went, everyone just asked about the controversy. What about you? And what Thor said this. What do you think? Thor said that. What do you think? And really pissed him off. So here you go. So here's the drama, right? So this guy looks small in the video, but he's like 6'9", and he's like super built, and this is like 501 kilos. And he pulled it offline, and he like called out Ed for a boxing match. So let's see how Ed responds to like this decider thingy.
You know, Core Sports just offered me a 7-figure contract. I've signed it already. I know that he got the same deal. I'm ready. Are you ready, Eddie?
Well, I hope you enjoyed that intro as much as I did. Well, I'm not going to beat about the bush. I've got the pen here. I've got the contract. I'm going to sign it right now. Okay. There's my signature. Fours is under the post-it. So that's done. It's locked in. I'll send that off, and then there's no backing out. So, 4. Are you happy as your dream come true? You get to go up against the guy that bested you at World's Strongest Man 2017, the man you called a cheat. So I hope you're happy, because I'm happy. I get to make a load of money, and I get to step in the ring with you and do business, which is absolutely fantastic. And I hope you're happy being the home gym hero right now. Everyone knows full well you haven't got the balls to step in a competition and replicate what I did. Nothing more to be said on the matter there. I've got a little personal message for you. Mano a mano. World's Strongest Man 2017. I trained for that like no other man did, and I came and dominated that competition. And just like I did for that, I'm going to do exactly the same for the fight. I'm going to train for this like I've never trained for anything before. I'm going to swim out to those dark waters, and I want you to come with me. I'm going to keep swimming, and I can guarantee you, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not turning back, and you will, because you're a pussy. I'm going to keep swimming out to those dark waters and you can't bring your entourage with you. It's a dark, deep, cold, horrible place. and it all ends in the ring. And that's where I'm going to teach you a fucking lesson. Okay, Thor? So good luck. You're going to fucking need it. And I will see you in the ring.
So, so here's another decided freakout from Eddie Hall, and basically now he has like a trouble over this taxi driver, just because this guy is supposed to like bring him to the hotel which he cannot miss, but he somehow like took the long road and like missed it or something like that. So here you go. It's pretty funny, this footage.
So genuinely, I mean, the driver got us lost. We spent an hour and a half, I'm not kidding you, an hour and a half looking for the most simple place on the planet. And then he's dropped me off and I've just found out that the taxi's cost me like 180 quid. And to top it off, right, and he said, 5 stars, yeah? 5 stars? So, you know what, I'm actually going to give him 5 stars just for the comedy factor. In fact, let's do it right now. Let's rate him. In fact, let's tip him. Let's tip him 1080. Okay, so I'm going to give him 5 stars. I'm going to tip him 1080. I don't even know how much that is. I'm not even bothered. We're all good. 5 stars. Good job. I'm starving. Let's go eat. It's like...
Yo, that. So here's another decider freak out from Eddie Hall, where he accuses this another Photoshop guy who blamed him or accused him of photoshopping his photos, and here he's like, he really like gets serious about it. This is quite an old video, and yeah, he addresses this controversy.
Hey guys, quite enjoying this YouTube stuff, just getting into YouTube right now, and I'm finding it a really great way to vent, get my thoughts out, and whilst I've come on here, I just thought I'd do a little chat. I remember it's just come up on one of my feeds a while back. I did a transformation picture where I'd lost 6 or 7 kilos in a transformation, and it made a huge difference to my appearance. And some YouTuber, some vlogger, whatever you call it, put it up on his page, had 500,000 subscribers, 500,000 followers, and picked it apart, very cleverly worded, picked it apart but via what people had said, what people had suggested, pointed out, but made it very clear to his 500,000 followers that I'd photoshopped the pictures. And let me just show you the post in question. Right, okay. So this is the post in question. Good comparison video. I think 6 and a bit kilo difference. You can see it's a different picture because the tattoos are different. Obviously I've got abs. What he picked apart was the frame here on this side looks a little warped. But I just want to show you guys something. Is I did a video a week later trying to defend myself, which he and everyone else seem to ignore. But here is the...
So he's going after the guy, right? And he's like proving that when he like pauses the video or something, the frame actually bends. Biceps is so big that the gravitational pull of his biceps like bends the frame. But he didn't Photoshop the video. Okay, so here's him calling out the guy again.
You've obviously built up a page and made your living off of ripping people apart, ripping transformation pictures. On the same video you replied to my post, he ripped apart a protein company that Arnold Schwarzenegger, James LeBron had been building up. But again, very cleverly worded. It was all what other people had said, not what he'd said. Very clever. So you brought damage to my name. As far as I'm aware, I've done nothing to you. Didn't even know who you were before you posted that video. I just want to say well done, buddy. Keep being awesome. Keep living your life. Keep picking apart successful people and trying to bring them down, bring the businesses down, bring their life down, basically. That's a really good way to live your life. So good for you. Keep it up. Anyway, that's me venting on that subject.
Yeah. So here's the photo guide thingy. So he's decider and self-over tribe. So here are 3 clips of what that looks like. Now final thoughts. Final thoughts on his full type. I'm leaning towards F over T, right? When he was talking about his NAN, it was always there was no negativity, there was positivity. He never really spoke about the logic. Even now, he's never really speaking about the logic. He's always pushing on values. You did this to me. I'm like, I'm going to rip you apart. It's very F over T. So that would make him some sort of FI DOM. And I would also bet, I'm not betting, but I would also bet he's like S over N. That's it. S over N. Because he's not really talking any intuition points, there's no analogy, there's no abstract stuff. This is just guesses though. So let me just put this. It's just guesses. What I do know for sure is IP, decider, self over tribe. What I'm doubtful about is this, not play last. This should be obvious, right? So not play last. Now what does play last mean? He's being able to juggle conversations. Even if you watch little bit of Eddie Hall, you should see he's not play last. So something like that. So let's finish this videos off, with some self over the tribe, goofball kind of energy, and let's see what that looks like.
We have actually got the world's strongest man in here, Eddie Hall. I mean, he can lift half a ton, for God's sake. Look at that physic. You're in.
Yeah, so we'll end the video with that, with some self-over tribe humor. Everyone stay safe. Things are going crazy. I hope you're well. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.